Hey, it's Kristen. So I heard that you missed me and that you wanted another video breaking down what you need to know in a very super simple, extremely utterly easy to understand way. All right, so I'm going to show you the dispute flow as well as the tactics flow. All right, and I do apologize for being away for a little bit, about a week or so. My father did pass away, so I did need to take a little bit of time for that. But we are going to jump right in. All right. So once again, we are looking at the dispute tactics chart. We're going to call it a chart or a flow as well as tactics. So what I did was I broke this down in like the simplest terms. This is where you start, this is where you go, and this is where you end up. And if that doesn't work and you're interested in, finding out what I can do for you, you can use the link in this video in the description. Open it up, click on it, grab a time, of your choosing on my calendar, and we'll see, you and I, what we can do together. All right. So once again, if you're interested in having me do this for you, use the link in the description. So in the description, you will also find the link to this as well as the tactics flow, as well as the dispute tactics overview down in the description. All right. So for whatever reason, I wasn't able to download these correctly. So that's why you have the direct links. You can, screen dump them, you can print them, whatever, but just go click on the description and you will see a bunch of wonderful, awesome stuff in there. And before I start, I do want to make sure that you know that I want you to subscribe because I don't want you to miss any of this awesome stuff. All right. And if you don't subscribe, you will miss this awesomeness. Okay. So once again, my name is Kristen and I'm a factual disputer. All right. Everything in this video is free. You don't have to worry about clicking on anything to go somewhere else, to download something, to give your email, to do something else. Everything, just click on it, download, whatever, do you. All right. So dispute flow. I'm going to show you where you need to start, what you dispute, if there's no blatant inaccuracies, what to use as backups, and of course, there's the links to the free discovery call, software and courses, and the webinar platform all the way at the bottom right here where it says where to find help. All right, so let's say that you're looking at your credit report and you already did your analysis and now you know what needs to be disputed, but you don't know what to dispute about that account first. What do? You look at the dispute flow, you look at the hierarchy, you look at everything that I've already given you in all of my 270 odd videos that'll show you how to do this yourself. Okay. So you always want to start with your blatant inaccuracies. So we're looking at this very top part right here. Look at the balance. Look at the past due. Look, is the account closed? Is the charge off? Is there a monthly payment on your closed account? Now, it doesn't have to be a charge off, but if it is closed, listen very carefully. If it is closed, there should be no monthly payment. Let me repeat myself. If the account is closed, there should be no monthly payment on it. If there's a monthly payment, you can dispute it to get it removed. It is an inaccuracy, but if you dispute it and they don't remove it, it is now a violation. Use it to your advantage. All right. Another thing that you want to look at your collections, whether it is a debt buyer, whether it is a third party, whether it is business. If there are late payments on a collection or even a past due, it is inaccurate. Okay. Now, one of those is actually a violation, but we're not going into that right now. Use it to remove it. Now, let's say that you don't have any of that stuff. Okay. The balance is what it's supposed to be. It's consistent across the bureaus that are reporting it. The past due is correct or it's not there or whatever. There's no monthly payment. There's no late payments on your collection, whatever. Go to the next best thing. All right. So what do you dispute first if you don't have any blatant inaccuracies? You're going to look at the bottom going up. All right. You're going to look at the data last activity. You're going to look at the data last payment. Now, let's say that you've used these already and now you're on whatever, round 3, round 4, and you're like, crap, I've kind of run out of like big ammo. Because if you go back a couple of videos, remember the biggest ammo that you want to start with, the inverted pyramid? You've already done that whole top tier. So now what do? You have things that you can use as backups when they come back and say it's verified. We're looking at this nice, what do you want to call this? Royal blue right here. So we're looking at the royal blue, what to use as a backup if it comes back as verified. All right. you have the option of using a new and relevant dispute reason, or you can use violations. Okay. Did they, after saying that it was verified, update the status update date or the date last reported? If not, that's a violation. That means that they didn't investigate. Did they put the notice of dispute? It's required pursuant to Section 623 of the FCRA and 806B of the FDCPA. You've heard me say this a million times, but none of you are using it. Okay. Notice of dispute has to be there within 30 days. If it's not there, it is a violation. Okay. Now, another thing that you can do is look at the payment history, look at the date of first delinquency, check out the high balance, the past due. Now, with the high balance, is it lower than the balance? It should be equal to or higher than the balance, right? Okay, so there's other things that you can do, but I'm just trying to make this very simple, easy to understand. You do this, then you do this, and then you do this, okay? Now, if your account is still on there and you feel like you've done everything, go to the next step, which is calling me. Now, of course, I prefer that you call me prior to doing all this stuff, because when I do take on your file, I'm going to have to go clean up the mess that you made, and it's just going to make it more difficult. So do yourself a favor and go schedule that call with me and let me do it for you. All right. So we've talked about different tactics. I have an entire playlist of tactics, and I even have a class on tactics, but let's look at some of the different tactics that you can utilize. All right. So this is the ECS tactics chart. Like I said, you can print this out. The link is down in the description. All right. We're looking at item type, bureau, and creditor. All right. So for a late payment, your dispute with the bureaus would be factual, something along the lines of, I wasn't late. Why are you saying you weren't late? Well, if you think about it logically, a late payment can only be legally verified by them being the bureau's, creditors, actually providing a copy of their bank statement proving when your payment was taken into their account. Now, if they gave that to you, that would be like you walking over to some stranger and just handing your bank statement over to them. Do you really think that you're going to do that? Absolutely not. So why do you think that the creditor is going to give you a copy of their bank statement? They are not. Don't kid yourself. Okay. That is why it cannot be legally verified. Now, when you dispute with the creditors, just do a damn goodwill. I always say not to, but I'm doing this to make it easy to understand. I do not personally send out goodwill letters, but it's an okay practice if you are doing your own disputes. All right, so multiple late payments, you're actually going to utilize a different tactic with the bureaus. You're going to go after the first date of delinquency and you're going to remove the whole account. With the creditor, you can go after them using the FCBA. Now, what do you do about unpaid collections? Well, you have a couple of options. And here on unpaid collections, we're actually not talking about third party. We're talking about like Portfolio and Midland and LVNB and Calvary and stuff like that, okay? Debt buyers. You are going to go after late and past dues reported on the collection, all right? With the creditor, you're going to go after the FDCPA, or after them with the, okay? Unpaid collections, factual disputes, late payments on a collection, creditor, goodwill. I paid this, please remove it. You have no reason to continue reporting it. I'm just going to become a pain in the ass, and you're not going to get anything out of me any more than the amount that I paid. So remove it from my damn credit report. Charge-offs. Use the hierarchy, guys. Use the hierarchy, guys. Use the hierarchy. Okay, that was not a skipping or, whatever. This isn't a CD. That was literally me saying it multiple times. Use the hierarchy. With the creditor, you're going to go after the FCBA, or you can use the Section 623 original creditor letter. Judgments, bankruptcy, tax liens. Use factual-based disputes, inaccuracies. Look for those inaccuracies between the reportings and use it to remove it. It goes even a step further than that. If you'd like more information on it, you can go back about a year or more and look for, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's like how to remove public records, maybe. Pretty simple to find. It's basically where you need to understand how these things are required to report. Don't waste your time sending a letter to the court to try to get them to furnish something that says that they blah, blah, blah. You are going to waste so much time that it's like you might as well just not do this. Okay. Mortgage lates, inaccuracies. All right. Now, with the creditor, this is very important. You are going to go after, and you can look at that under creditor. It says QWR/RESPA. Okay, so there is going to be another one that I'm going to show you that's going to break this down. But moving on, foreclosures, treated as a charge off. Creditor, same thing as mortgage. Repos and medical both have their own details. Now, if you're going after the collection agency for medical, use the VOD process. But I do want to say something. Just because you send something doesn't mean something, somebody actually has to remove it. Just because you send something doesn't mean that that company is not going to sue you. So when you are disputing directly with a collection agency or the creditor, you need to be very, very, very careful. Okay, so the process that I personally use for my client files: analyze the credit report for deletions and record the inaccuracies. You are then going to create the dispute workflow, and you can go and watch the workflow videos or purchase video number 2, which is advanced. Prepare disputes according to biggest ammo and reason workflows. Okay, and then once again, where can I go for help? You're going to find the links right there. All right, so we are on this last one here, and we're looking at 12 different things. Let's go to page 1. That was page 2. The overview of dispute tactics. All right, you can go. I am literally not going to go one by one on here, okay? But you can go and check this out yourself and read through them. But it breaks down goodwill, FCBA info request, FCRA info request, FDCPA info request, original creditor validation, debt validation to a collection agency, the repossession series, as I mentioned, that has its own detail here, HIPAA series, the QWR RESPA, and let's go to the next page, method of verification, and AEC, the Angry Educated Consumer. All right, we've already gone over that one in one of my tactics video, like I mentioned, from about a year and a half or 2 years ago. And then always utilize demands. Okay. Now, if you scroll down just a little bit further, you're going to see that you can access help resources such as I already mentioned, scheduling a call with me to see if I can help you and if you are right for my program. And obviously, whatever you need to know to qualify the person that you or a company that you want to help you, you can actually ask those during that call. Okay. So if you don't want to have somebody do this for you, but you want to access some super awesome stuff, you can go and find out all about the services, softwares, apps, platforms, programs, courses, classes, yada, yada, yada that I've created. Using that second link, and the third link is going to take you to my webinar platform. All right, so I want you to go through these. There are 12 of them. I want you to go click on these links and I want you to open them. I want you to utilize the dispute flow. I want you to utilize the tactics flow. I want you to go through the dispute tactics overview. And like I said, if you need help, if this is just not for you, if you think that, hey, you know what, Kristen's awesome, she gets the results, she's going to get better results than I do, then you can go and check it out at services.vargasconsultingworks.com. And if you want to schedule a call with me, that link that is on all 3 pages is going to take you to expertcreditsweeps.com/book online. All right. So once again, I apologize that I haven't put out a video in about a week or so-ish, but I have been dealing with a lot. But that is the end of it tonight. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I do have comments that I need to catch up on, but I already told you what I've been doing. I haven't been here, haven't cared. So not cared about you guys or anything, obviously, but haven't cared about much. Had to deal with, getting my dad's ashes and whatnot. So that is it from me to you. If you have any questions that you would like answered in a video, I am going to be doing a new thing where any comments that I think would help multiple people, not just answering them, for you, I'm going to put them in a video. So, for example, I would make a slide like this, and instead of my wonderful face being right there, it's going to be a picture, a screenshot of your comment where I'm going to answer it during my video. All right. And I'll notify you that I'm going to answer it in the video by commenting on your comment and letting you know I'll be answering it in the next comment video. All right. I think that is it. And just so you know, version like 2.0 or something, like that's the one that you use for like a major upgrade, is going up by one, I guess. Version 2.0 of the Ultimate Credit Repair software is coming out. It is a totally different thing. It is super, super awesome. You guys are going to freaking love it. And I just need the time to finish building it. So, yeah, that's it. Once again, have a great evening. I will see you guys later on this week when I have the time to build out something else, put together a different video, whatnot. So have a great one. Have a great week. Last thing I forgot to mention to you guys is that I will be coming out with a video on my other channel, a level up, for people that are in sales or want to influence using their words, influencing to change minds, okay, using the language and behavioral profile. So once again, have a great night.